It's Saturday, November 7th, 2020. Quick video this evening. I wanted to check in with everybody. I have never seen this type of uncertainty, whether it be socially, politically, economically. We are heading down a very scary road here, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope that every one of you continues to stay on course, continues to prepare, continues to wake up people. We are in very dangerous times here in America. I've never seen anything like it. Things have gone absolutely bananas, and I believe that we are no doubt going to head into the worst economic collapse the world has ever seen. This is completely unavoidable. The debt deficit's unsustainable, and we have seen this country just broken apart, divided, people asleep, people walking around like zombies, just completely unprepared for what is coming. Most of you watching this video already know what is coming. We're going to see the worst economic global depression in world history. So continue to prepare. But I wanted to share an article or two with you, one of them by Peter Schiff. And he states here, the Fed has never been right. The Fed, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the main reason why we head into the worst economic collapse in world history. They are now in a corner, 0% interest rates, printing money, hand over fist. They've completely been responsible for massive debt creation, propping up these markets, saving these markets every time there's a hiccup. The Fed steps in, prints more money, devaluing our currency, your currency, my currency, putting your kids and grandkids deeper and deeper into debt, creating massive debt slaves. Americans now are debt slaves, subservient to the government and all this debt that can never be paid back. They're just going to continue to print and print and print until it's worthless. And look at your dollar buying less and less. But Peter goes on to say, it's amazing how consistently wrong they have been. The Fed is not going to stop this depression from coming. They've created it. And now they cannot reverse it. They cannot reverse course. Nothing is going to stop the inevitable, which is going to be the worst depression the world has seen and the worst depression the United States of America has seen. And you can thank the central banks, you can thank the biggest central bank, the Federal Reserve, for creating it. They've created a Frankenstein here now, and they are not going to be able to unplug what they have created. We're headed for a U.S. dollar crisis and a sovereign debt crisis, Peter says. The magnitude of this crisis will be unlike anything we have ever experienced. And I no doubt believe that, because this is not just mortgages blowing up. This is the credit of the United States government. This is risk-free assets becoming the most toxic asset on the planet. And it's not just U.S. treasuries that are going to collapse, but it's the entire U.S. denominated bond market, which is built on top the foundation of U.S. treasuries. Peter goes on to say, so treasuries go, as treasuries go, it all goes. Corporate bonds, muni bonds, mortgages, it's all going to go. Any debt instrument that is denominated in U.S. dollars is going to collapse. And when I read this, it just reinforces with me why it's so important to be owning assets. It's so important to be getting out of the system. The system is going to blow up. He goes on to say, so where do people run? Peter says people run to gold. Look, central banks are stockpiling gold. Countries stockpiling gold. Multimillionaires, billionaires, Warren Buffett, they're stockpiling gold. The world is going to return to gold-backed paper money, Peter says. I believe that. There is no other way out of this than backing a currency with gold. It keeps world economies, it keeps countries accountable, keeps people accountable. You can't print gold out of thin air, but you can print dollars and fiat currencies out of thin air, that's for sure. Article today I was reading on CNBC, they lived paycheck to paycheck before the crisis. Then their worst nightmare came true. And what's interesting, this article makes a few points that haven't really changed. This has been going on for quite a while. 1 in 3 households had trouble making ends meet right before the crisis hit. By September, 5 million more people were living in poverty than before the crisis. People just think everything was so good before the crisis hit. But remember, what was it, last September when the repo market began melting down? People living paycheck to paycheck. Retail, the apocalypse had already begun a couple years ago. We started seeing vacant buildings popping up a couple years ago. So things have been in big trouble for a couple years. People's paychecks are almost entirely going to bills such as rent, medical bills, auto bills. People have nothing left after they pay these bills. And now we're in an economic crisis, okay? And what are these people doing at this point now that this crisis has been going on for 8 months, 9 months? People have been jobless. Things are getting much, much worse. Before the crisis, 80% of Americans were living paycheck to paycheck. If you're lucky today, during the crisis, if you're lucky, you have a paycheck. How many people out there don't have a paycheck? How many people watching this video don't have a paycheck? People have had years of stagnant wages, rising cost of living. The economy now has shut down, and so saving money is even more difficult than it was before. And people who have saved up some money, well, if they've lost a job, they've burned through the savings. They've burned through their retirement savings. They've burned through their emergency funds. And so they're getting themselves into very, very big trouble here. Before the crisis, 40% of Americans said that they couldn't cover a $400 unexpected bill without selling something or going into debt. This is before the crisis, the so-called good times. And yet people are telling you and I everything is okay because the stock market's up. Yet 40% of Americans last year said that they couldn't cover a $400 expense. Very, very concerning times. Imagine how bad it is right now since this crisis began in March. One home repair, one medical bill, one lost paycheck, and the average American is an inch away from disaster. And so I think I'm going to leave it there this evening. But just think how close so many millions of Americans are from economic disaster, and how many already are feeling the economic disaster. People who have already lost jobs, who've been out of work for months and months and months. Unemployment has run out. The savings has run out. And now they are at a critical moment in time where they don't know what they're going to do. Rent moratoriums, forbearances, all this is going to expire. This is a giant recipe for disaster. And I think as I close this video up, 2021, if you think 2020 was something, you better buckle up because it is going to get way, way more bumpy in 2021. This stuff is all going to come to fruition here. And 2021, I truly believe, is when the rubber is about to meet the road. We are going to see the fallout from 2020 with all of this debt creation, from all this manipulation, from all these forbearances, from all these moratoriums. 90% of people paying college tuition are now in forbearance. What happens when things eventually have to be paid? What is going to happen with all these commercial properties sitting vacant? What is going to happen when people cannot make their mortgage payments or the rent? We are going to see so many people going hungry, homeless, broke. You talk about uncertainty. 2021 is going to be the year of uncertainty. And look, the piper is going to have to get paid. And 2021 is going to be a year where we really see where things fall out. And all I can say before I leave this evening, make sure that you are walking close to God. Continue to prepare if you can. It is already too late for millions of people. They're broke. They have no way of preparing. They are drowning in debt right now, and there is no way they can begin to prepare. And I hope if you're watching this video, I hope that you have the ability to prepare, to continue to prepare, stay awake. And remember, knowledge is power. We are going to see so much coming in 2021. And in fact, who's going to be the president in 2021? Please comment down below. Who will be the president in 2021? Wow, crazy times, ladies and gentlemen. You couldn't write a better movie than this. It is going to be absolutely crazy. It is going to be dangerous. It is going to be a wild ride. So buckle up and get ready. 2021, the year of uncertainty. Continue doing what you're doing, because at the end of the day, there is going to be mass opportunity out there for people who are prepared, who don't have debt, who have assets, who have some money put away. There is going to be huge fire sales coming to America, huge opportunity. You are going to witness the biggest wealth transfer on planet Earth. So pick what side of that you're going to be on. Don't be a victim of this economic collapse. Prosper and take advantage of it. God bless every one of you. Talk to all of you very, very soon. Have a phenomenal weekend. Continue to prepare, prepare, prepare. God bless.